Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Dota 2 Pubcast, whatever I'm calling the series. Today we're going to be taking a look at a pub submitted to me by Accutober, so shout out to Accutober. He submitted it through r/Dota2Castit, so if you're interested in me casting your pubs, just shoot it to me over there or in the comments or wherever and I will look at casting it. Okay, Clockwork making moves onto this Lich. Lich might be in a little bit of trouble here, but the Timber Chain actually does not connect onto Lich, so it's going to be the Clockwork who goes down first. We'll see if... Huh? I think both of these side lanes are going to be pretty active. This mid lane is... to me looks like it might just be a Snorefest, not a whole lot to see there. I don't think either of these heroes really kill each other in the absence of any fucking crazy aggressive shit. Whoa, we got a toss under tower. Accutober, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble there. Tanking tower shots, and it looks like he is probably going to go down with the combination of the tiny right clicks and battle hunger. Yes, he will. Fall Guy will have Crystal Nova if she gets the mango off, but doesn't need to, just right clicks. Oh boy, he has to be a little bit careful. He does not have Doppelganger leveled up, and he actually gets tossed back. Did he axe level call? He did not. So Accutober might be okay, but this is a really squishy guy, and he's not quite as slippery as PLs tend to get in the later levels. He's only level 2. Oh boy, it's gonna be Fall Guy who gets got. That's a beautiful call there, right onto 3 creeps. Accutober has pretty much nothing that he can do to help his Crystal Maiden. Thinks about going for the return kill on Lil Drew, but it's not gonna happen. This axe is too scary. And yeah, level 5 axe compared to level 3 PL right now. This is some scary stuff. Nice doppelganger dodge though. I appreciate that. And whoop, I think he forgot his courier was coming. So a little bit of a misstep from that axe. Up top, Timbersaw. Ooh boy, that guy just does so much more damage than I ever expect. He just like Timber Chains away and just does such a huge chunk. Actually, oh my gosh, that's so much burst damage with the Wrath of Nature on top of it, completely chewing through both of these two dire heroes, just seemingly out of nowhere. Furion does TP top for it, which might not have been necessary, but you know, that's still great for Radiant. Looks like once Axe has that courier up again, he will have a Hood of Defiance already here at the 6-minute mark. Gonna make him quite tanky to magic damage, of course. We all know what Hood of Defiance does, I guess. Here's the toss back into the call. I mean, yeah, there's nothing CM can do against that. Up top, looks like they brought down Lich. Nice dive from Timbersaw, who actually misses the Timber Chain trying to get out, and now Emma Marturis looking to bring him down. This is one tanky boy. He's got 15 stacks of reactive armor. Can he play his way out of this, or even turn it around? Actually, he's quite low on mana. He won't be turning it around, but looks like he just walks away. Yeah, I think Timber's just too low mana for this to really work. Oh no, PL died while this was happening. Oh wait, this is definitely a rough start for Accutober. I mean, this lane is just scary. Like, it's rough. It's rough, I have to say. X might be in trouble. This guy actually just kind of overestimates his tankiness. He doesn't have that Hood of Defiance there quite yet. He's going to juke into the trees. Avalanche holding back Radiant Seers for the time being, but they get the vision with the Crystal Nova, allowing Accutober to Phantom Rush over, and yeah, there we go. Accutober is... I can't see him going down here. He's quite slow, but remember, he has this doppelganger. So, oh, he actually does not get it off. We're held in suspense with this freezing of my computer. I apologize about that. And here is the freezing field. Trying to turn around. Lil Drew getting brought quite low, but they're out of range of the CM ult now. He gets tossed up. Accutober immediately doppel dodges, and Wrath of Nature will finish off our friend the Tiny. And yeah. While all of this is happening, TA, she's getting a quick timing on this Desolator. She's almost got it finished up. What the heck is Timbersaw doing, man? He is aggressive. I think he just really wants Dire Heroes to respond and, like, pay attention to me. Come deal with me. Ignore my PL. But, it might actually work. Here comes Lil Drew. He's still really threatening to bring down this Lich. Has an ultimate still. Avalanche delaying the inevitable, it seems. There's also a toss back, and he just managed to juke out the Timber Chain, but this Timbersaw is just so tanky. Axe is TPing in. Looks like Lich will go down. No, all of his spells are on cooldown, actually. That's my mistake. I miscalculated. Now, Axe going to turn it around on... Oh, CM died to Wrath, or Lich died to Wrath of Nature. Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hookshot in on the Templar Assassin. Akutober has actually rotated around to try and help with this pickoff, but the refraction is doing a whole lot of work and TA is standing strong. Meanwhile, Chain Frost went out and just chewed through the Radiant heroes. Fall Guy, meanwhile, is TP'd in, but it seems to be too little too late as Axe now charges forward. This is one slow Crystal Maiden and one speedy Axe. They have the toss forward in case they need it. Just setting up for that call wasn't even necessary, and boom, CM just gets chopped down by the Templar Assassin. For Courier, perhaps also joining her in the grave. It will. Axe gets the vision there at the last second. Tower last hit easily secured, and that will be a Desolator completed up here at around 12 minutes for the TA. Hopefully he gets that soon. The call comes out onto the Timbersaw. There's actually a hook forward from Clockwork, and they get the cogs onto Lich, bringing him down. Chain Frost does bring in the Clockwork. Not quite as effective as the last one, but it still does the trick. And now it looks like Timbersaw might be in trouble. He's quite tanky and managed to Timber Chain up to the high ground where he's found this Axe and is able to burst him down. Now it's Fall Guy. He's going to be in trouble. Almost gets brought down, but the freezing field, that's some extra armor and it keeps him alive for long enough for the heroes of Radiant to mop up the rest of Dire. That looked pretty good for Dire at the start, but just this Timbersaw really got a lot of work done. That was a nice freezing field too. While this is happening, he's just farming away. Alright, Axe doesn't have Blink Tag yet. Oh, Hookshot comes in. He finds the Lich on the back line. Should be able to bring him down with the help of the Timbersaw. But now they're both trapped in the cogs. They're going to be able to get out quite easily. And now it's 2v3. Timbersaw is quite tanky, but is he this tanky? I guess we'll find out. He gets taunted up, and no, he's certainly not going to survive. I mean, he's a big boy, but he's not that big. Clockwork just going to evacuate. He knows there's nothing he can do to help his friend. But the TA trap is actually there, slowing him up. He uses his cogs, trying to keep the Dire heroes at bay, but he's just stuck in there. Goes for the TP out, and they have a call, but yes, the pushback is through at the last second. So nice play from Clockwork, just TPing out there. So Axe gonna be in a little bit of trouble. He gets hook-shotted, so he can't quite grab that Invis rune, but Clockwork may just be outmatched. Furion finally commits to the TP, but there's a Chain Frost immediately, just doing a ton of damage again. Every fight, this Chain Frost is just on point, I have to say. Lich will be brought down, though. There's only so much he could do there. They were outmatched, but here's TA. She's in, trying to man up, completely brings down that Furion, but we've already seen this Timbersaw really survive quite well against the TA. We'll see if he can do it again, and yes, he can, with the help of that Crystal Maiden. Ooh, smoke out behind this tier 2 tower coming from the Radiant. Fall Guy is immediately going to pop, but there's still a Clockwork that they are pretty much unaware of. Hookshot's going to be off the mark, though. Fall Guy trying to man up. He has a lot of armor, but it's not going to be enough to stand against this TA with the Desolator. Here comes Timbersaw. Maybe he's up for the task. I guess we'll see, as they actually force Lil Drew and TA back towards the base. Lil Drew, they just split up, deciding the TA's life is more worth it. TA having this Blink Dagger now. Forgot to mention that, so she's easily able to get out as they pick off the Clockwork on the other side. Don't know what he was doing that whole fight after the mistook. Diffuser Blade. Oh. Timbersaw smells blood in the water. The Lich is out and the Axe is out of mana. And on the other side of the fight, there's a hook shot locking up this Templar Assassin. My game freezes. That's very important to the narrative of this fight. But Templar is able to go down thanks to that setup from the Clockwork, who gave his life for the call. And now Axe is here too for some reason. I'm surprised he didn't just get the heck out. He had no mana. What was he expecting to achieve? It's unclear. But yeah, nice play from Radiant there, just capitalizing on the fact that Dire didn't quite back together. The Lich got out of there and instantly just going. Don't seem to be aware. But there's still time. Not much time, but time. Okay, there's no time. He gets pinged out by the Clockwork. He knows. Are we going to see some sick freaking Aegis Snatch plays? That's the dream. He runs in, gets vision, hookshot's in. Roshan is almost dead. He gets the cogs, but no. Clockwork's been feared, which is going to give Troll World plenty of time to grab the Aegis. Now Chain Frost comes out, doing a bunch of damage again. Furion's going to go down. He came in to help his Clockwork, which might not have been the best idea of his entire life. It was a great attempt, I have to say. Clockwork was just there a little bit earlier, and now Radiant, they actually want to fight. They have a freezing field here with the cogs keeping Axe in, but no, he's gonna escape with just a sliver of HP. And this is a double damage Templar Assassin. She does so much damage. Timber just bails, rightfully so. Crystal Maiden is beyond helping at this point. Here's a Templar assassin actually jumping in and diving this clockwork, but there are mass TPs coming in from the Radiant side. BKB, that's a reveal on the Templar assassin. She gets tossed back to the creeps. Great save from Lil Drew, as well as the avalanche, holding back PL, and there's the blink call. Yules comes up on the axe though. So one of Radiant's members presumably did that, and now MMR Tourist. He has the ult up, and he's disarmed. But remember, there's still an Aegis here, and as Accutober goes down, this is looking very grim for the Radiant side. MMR is still manning up finally. The Aegis will go down, but it is just that, an Aegis. As he comes back alive, running forward towards Visual. Looks like he gets slowed down because here's PL. He's actually bought back and TP'd in to the outpost. Runs forward onto MMR Tourist, who will be quickly drained of most of his mana. Avalanche still doing quite a bit of work here, and now Accutober, he's in. There's a blink call though, again, bringing down the PL. That is a dieback from our PL. Now TA finally in quite a bit of trouble. That's a great cogs, locking up her and MMR Tourist, and Furion and Clockwork are able to finish the job. Now it's Tiny who's on the run. They've got a PL dieback, but in exchange, quite a lot of really nice kills. Lil Drew uses his last remaining sliver of mana to TP out, as he knows the only cancels. Over here, dealing with this Axe, who's on the cliff. He's freaking playing King of the Hill, but oof, all kings must die, as they say. Nobody says that. Even though it did end up being okay for his team, it was really rough for him specifically. A little Drew, I believe he did not quite know how many Radiant heroes were waiting in the wings right here. And oh my gosh, Wrath of Nature completely just chunks down Tiny. PvP as lifestyle, gets blink called, and yeah, the rest of Radiant are just going to bail. They see that they're outmatched here. Oh my gosh, we might be getting our first clash of like fucking 50 minutes here in the mid lane. See him, she thinks she gets out, but Lil Drew's here with the final straw on the camel's back. Bringing down Seam. It really doesn't take much, like 2 or 3 straws, and that camel is freaking crippled for life. Oh, here we go. Dire, they're actually venturing into the enemy's territory because TA, she's found herself a nice double damage rune. It's going to be revealed though, and now the Radiant, I mean, they're going to know to be very careful here. That's a scary, scary thing, this TA double damage. The Crystal Maiden. Oh, it's actually Furion who's going to get jumped on. There's the Avalanche. Toss also comes out, but Furion is still standing strong. He has its AC, which keeps him quite healthy. There is a Chain Frost on the back, plus the Fear will bring him down. Tiny is the compensation on the other side, and now here comes MR Tourist. He's locked in with the cogs, and he's actually going to survive thanks to that ultimate. Now bringing down Fall Guy. He just has so much damage here. It's going to be a 1 for 3 for now. PL's in, and his team is buying back, but he has been taunted. Can he get the Doppelganger off? No, it was actually on cooldown, so he had pretty much no chances of living there. And now here's Timbersaw. Tanky guy. His team is here. He's got a couple of buybacks helping him out. And now TA in a little bit of trouble, completely drained of her mana. I believe that is thanks to our friend Accutober, his parting gift to the rest of his team, bringing down TA's mana, and they're going to turn it around, get some nice compensation, and hold on to all of their objectives, thanks to a couple of buybacks. Aegis goes the way of Furion, and he'll be running forward. There's a hook shot. It actually misses, but Timber Chain does connect. There's a hasted Tiny, so nothing is actually going to get done here as the well-playeds come out. Oh, here comes MMR Tourist. He's sneaking in. This is one big boy indeed. And now TA comes in, completely deleting the Crystal Maiden. The hookshot is off the mark on the other side of the fight, and looks like for now it will just be a Crystal Maiden death. But Dire, they don't want it to end at that as they get the slow out onto the Furion. Remember, this guy is the Aegis carrier, so he will have to go down twice. But they're getting a whole lot of damage out as the call comes out. Great cogs though from the Clockwork, keeping his Furion alive, but it's actually not going to matter as the Chain Frost goes out, and Clockwork will just end up giving his life at the end of the day. Furion does have an Aegis respawn, and he's going to be trying to help his team out, while Timbersaw just completely mans up against this Tiny. Timber Chain's over. Apologies for the camera movement there. Oh, Lil Drew, he comes in with a toss back. Timbersaw's tanky, but he is still not this tanky, as he's going to get brought down, uses himself for now, tries to run away, but no. That's going to be all she wrote for the Timbersaw, and that's going to be a 3 for 0, as well as an Aegis, so really, really rough shit if you're Radiant. With that, a second tower will be falling. Furion doing everything he can to split push, but there's not even a tier 2 tower up there. He's got a lot of ways to go. He's got a long ways to go, I should say. And they're onto the high ground. Here comes MMR Tourist. Hookshot actually comes into the backline. Cogs completely disrupting the fight up, but this Clockwork's just going to be giving his life for naught. His team cannot follow him there. Arguably, he shouldn't be going there anyway. But perhaps it is going to be enough to actually dissuade this push, as the Timbersaw buyback comes out, and they have to deal with this Furion pressure now. IMMR tech here. That's a frame perfect trick actually right there, what Axe is doing. You have to give yourself skew and then clip into the wall. Dire is going to be claiming both of the outposts, I think for the first time this game. That's nice. Uh-oh, Timbersaw, you're going a little bit too far outside of your base. Let's see if he can play his way out of this. Ultimate comes out from MR Tourist, and he Timber Chains down to the high ground. Ooh, that Sprout was almost really good, but the toss forward kind of counters that out. Good play from Tiny. Is Radiant really going to escape with all of their lives? I'm impressed by that. Timbersaw actually looking to turn it around and come forward because Akitober's here. He runs forward, draining out all of the limited mana from this T. And there's a blink call. It hits onto 2. These are 2 tanky guys, though, so they might not just go down here. Chainfrost comes out, Yules from the Timbersaw, keeping him alive for the time being. But it's still bouncing. Akitober, oh, he pops the cheese, keeping him alive. And now he's onto the TA. The Axe went down, too, and this TA is not long for this world at all without any mana. Over here on the other side of the fight, okay, Troll World is going to be able to TP himself out, and let's see if Lil Drew gets caught. I don't think there's any cancel quite close enough. Yeehaw! So they don't know that this TA is completely buybackless. They might assume. Hookshot actually catches Lil Drew out. He tosses the Clockwork away, but Tiny is still going to be in a whole lot of trouble. And here comes MMR Tourist, actually. He gets disarmed, and there's really nothing a Troll Warlord can do once he's disarmed. Sprouted up, manages to get Force Staffed out, though. I think, okay. Oh, PvP has lifestyle. He gives his life to hold back the Troll Warlord, who's actually getting brought down quite low. And Akitober, he moves on to him. Ult comes out from the MMR Tourist, but he may have to pack his bags here if things don't go quite well. But no, they're going just great. He brings down PL, but call from Axe not even needed. They're going to have to use it now if they want to defend. Akitober is holding on to it for the time being. Could be wise, but I think Radiant will then just be cutting their losses and letting the tower go. Actually, they won't be. They run forward, but remember, they don't have this PL who's still holding onto the buyback, and now PvP as lifestyle is going to be completely brought down. Those Cogs, however, completely isolated this Tiny out, who will be going down to the last hit from Crystal Maiden, in fact. And now, buyback from Clockwork. They're going to have to be a little bit careful. No hook shot, so the catch they have is limited, and I think Dai will actually just be able to escape cleanly. Oh, I take that all back. TA, she saw the opportunity, went in onto the Crystal Maiden. Now she's going to be sprouted up, and she actually does not have a TP, so she has to man up against the Furion. Silence now, and now she's sprouted. But on the other side of the fight, there's a great Chain Frost doing limited damage, however, as I believe they're going to be able to split up. And now Lich. Oh my god, that Chain Frost bounced way more than it had any right to. Lich is going to be the one who gets brought down. Saves her TA. Hookshot comes forward, it hits the Troll Warlord, Cogs pushing him back, PvP is lifestyle, isolating this TA from her Troll Warlord. But MR Tourist is going to be quite healthy still. Be a little bit careful, and he still has an ult, and he goes ahead and pops it. And Furion runs away, but he gets bashed, and there's the 2-man call. It hits also onto this PO, who's just going to be brought down during the duration of the call. Dead for 90 seconds with no buyback. Did he buy out? He did, in fact. This is looking very grim for the Radiant. I would even say that it's looking dire. I'm going to get the Aegis. It goes onto the Troll Warlord. Cheese on Templar Assassin. Okay, they're onto the barracks. Ooh, disarm does come out. Actually, no, it's just the root. And now the disarm's out onto TA. But there's a blink forward from Axe, completely deleting the Clockwork from the fight. Well, I say that. I think he'll go down to the Battle Hunger as I look to the other side of the fight. Glyph is out, and Clockwork actually surviving, but it will be at the cost of a barracks. Here's PL though, he's up in 2 seconds, and if Dire decides to stick around, they will have to contend with my boy Akitober, so A little bit dangerous from them. The Tiny's rooted up in the middle of the Chakram. That's quite a bit of damage, but he uses himself, dodging a bit of the damage. And, I mean, at the end of the day, he is still quite tanky. Even if he's in position 4, holy crap. That Q from the Timbersaw just completely shredding through him. That did so much more damage than I expected. And on the other side of the fight, PL's able to bring down the Troll Warlord. He still has an Aegis, and he's going to be able to just walk himself out of there. BKB, okay, gets refreshed. BKB and Altar have been refreshed by MMR Tourist. And now he's in. Hitting the tier 3 tower. Getting brought down very low. He pops the BKB as well as the result, bringing down this Clockwork. And now he's on to Fall Guy, who is actually Glimmer Caped and BKB'd. Not doing too much damage against these BKBs and whatnot. But Troll Warlord, he has to be quite careful here. He's getting brought down very low. He does not have this Aegis anymore. He's not quite going to tick out to the Shock Room. But Timbersaw, he's not ready to let live. And Troll Warlord will be brought down. On the other side of the fight, they also got the Templar Assassin, so successful defense of the bottom barracks anyway from Radiant. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Make it triple. It's Accutober, Vizal, and Taub hitting the tier 3 tower. If you're TA and Troll Warlord, you really don't want to buy back right now. You've got 20 seconds left, so maybe they'll be able to claim a tier 3 tower here. A call comes in, it only hits on the Furion, but there's an instant Yules from Timbersaw, stopping that out. Toss back onto Furion, but remember he's quite tanky and Minotaur Horns. Now Lil Drew is, oh my gosh, he just gets shredded there thanks to that 10% Whirling Death attribute reduction. And now there's a toss back onto Accutober. He doppelgangers out, actually completely juking them. He runs the illusion away and is actually going to be able to make it out of there, or so we think. He gets feared and then taunted. That'd be such a shame if this play was all for naught, but it looks like it will not be for naught because he doppelgangers down to the low ground, getting 4 staffed now. Uh-oh, TA gets the bash with the Meld Strike, and Accutober, he's not out of the woods yet. Let's see if he can keep playing his way out of there. Tries for the juke again, but they're on to his tricks now, and the blink call comes out. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Fool me once, shame on you, but teach a man to fool me, and I'll be fooled for the rest of my life.
Boy, this is just a series of successful holds after successful holds. I mean, Dire is still up 25k. Doesn't necessarily feel like it. Uh-oh, Furion, that was ambitious. Ooh, nice Prince's Knife here. Unfortunately, there was a TA trap on this rune, and looks like Furion might be going down. The Avalanche just isn't quite there, but fortunately, TA has that Prince's Knife again, so that's going to be that. On the other side of the map, it looks like Clockwork went down as well. But it might not matter. More Tourist, he's quite low, has the Satanic. However, that's something we really are going to have to keep in mind as, uh-oh, Timbersaw, he's taking actually quite a bit of damage. They still have a Blink Call that will likely come out after this Yules, and in fact, it just misses. Well, it hits, but the Timber Chain also goes off. And now, Timbersaw going to be out of it. Little Drew tries to take down CM. He will with that last toss on the Timbersaw. Cheeky little play from him. But Crystal Maiden has a buyback. Again, we see time and time again, freaking one Whirling Death does half of Little Drew's HP pool, but it will cost Timbersaw his life, or so it seems. Can he Timber Chain out? I think not. I think not. And here comes a hookshot. This could be the actual turnaround we're looking for because TA is dead without buyback, as is the Tiny. Lich is on the run. Goes for a TP out. Looks like he's not going to survive. Oh, yes. Nope. Okay, he doesn't survive. But we have to worry about the top lane because MMR Tourist, he is taking your tier 3 tower. Bash comes out from Accutober, and MMR Tourist, he goes for the TP, but no. There's a Yules from the Timbershaw, and he's going to be brought down. He, unlike TA and Tiny, has a buyback, so they only have 50 seconds to get as many towers as they can, and see if they end up just going for throne or not. On to the tier 3s. And yes, they go straight to the tier 4s. They're going for it. They want to make this happen. They want to make this happen now. They have a whole lot of push. 2 buybacks come out from the Dire, and there's actually a Blink Call. It hits onto Accutober, but does almost no damage. There's a Chain Frost here as well. Looks like Hookshot's also missing while all of this goes on. This PvP is Lifestyle guy really needs to get a little bit more on point with his hooks. Oh, he actually gets pulled out of the cogs by that Lich E, and now he's actually just TPing in front of their face, wasting as much time as he can when they bring down the Lich. TA will be here in 7 seconds as the repair kit charges get chewed through, but they're onto the base. Ult comes out from MR Turris. He's finally taking this threat seriously, but Akitober, he's just wailing away on the Dire Ancient. Glyph comes out, and now, oh boy, they do have quite a bit of lockdown for Akitober, but he is able to doppelganger away for the time being. Remember, there's still a hero deficit if you're Dire. Taunt comes out onto Akitober. He's taking a whole lot of damage, but just completely manning up, and here comes Fall Guy with the BKB ult. He actually gets bashed up, but at this point, it's too late. Troll Warlord, he's died back, and now Blink Call actually misses on Akitober because he's hitting the Ancient. He's trying to man up. TA eventually got by back there, and they're just pinging this Ancient. They hit it. They're hitting it. Can they bring it down? It looks like it'll go down. They're both so low, but it's too little too late for Dire. Radiant claiming the victory in the end. LOL, says Akitober. Yeah, I mean, that just about sums it up. LOL. They were on the back foot this entire time, but they just... I mean, they brought it back, you know. They put in the work, and they made the defenses, and despite the insane net worth deficit, they're able to do it at the end of the day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know if you liked this video. Let me know if you didn't like this video as well, and what I could be doing better to make my casts better. I'm hoping to improve all the time. I'm still new at this, so hopefully it's at least passable. That's my goal in life, is to be mediocre. Okay, bye.